It was a cold, silent night in Amityville, New York, November 13th, 1974. A thick fog hung over Ocean Avenue, wrapping the town in a ghostly quiet. At number 112, a beautiful three-story Dutch colonial house stood in the darkness. Inside, 7 people were sleeping, but only one of them would see the morning. 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr., known as Butch, lay awake in his room. He had been restless for weeks, hearing whispers he couldn't explain. He claimed that shadows moved in the corners and that he felt something watching him. His family thought he was losing his mind, but that night, something inside him finally broke. At around 3:15 a.m., Butch quietly opened the door to his parents' bedroom. In his hands, a .35 caliber Marlin rifle. Without a word, he raised the gun and fired. 2 shots, then 2 more. The sound should have woken the entire neighborhood, but somehow no one heard a thing. He moved from room to room, to his brothers, to his sisters. Each shot precise. Each body found face down, as if they never even tried to run. When he was done, 6 members of the DeFeo family lay dead. His father, Ronald Sr., his mother, Louise, his brothers, Mark and John, and his sisters, Dawn and Allison. At dawn, Butch walked calmly into a local bar and shouted, "You've got to help me, my family's been shot." Police rushed to the scene. What they found was unimaginable. Each body lay exactly where they had fallen. Beds neatly made, no signs of struggle, no one had moved. And every victim lay face down, hands by their sides, as if positioned after death. No neighbors reported hearing any gunfire that night, not a single scream, just silence. At first, Ronald Jr. told police it must have been the mob, maybe a hit job against his father. But the next day, his story began to unravel. After hours of interrogation, he whispered 4 chilling words. "It was me. I did it." When asked why, he said a voice told him to. A voice that came from inside the house. A voice that said, "Kill them all." 13 months later, the house at 112 Ocean Avenue went up for sale. Most people in Amityville wanted nothing to do with it. But for George and Kathy Lutz, it seemed like a dream come true. 6 bedrooms, a boathouse on the canal, a beautiful yard, and the price? Unbelievably low. The realtor hesitated before showing it. She finally said, "I think you should know what happened here." But George and Kathy believed in second chances. They thought they could turn darkness into a home. They bought it. On December 18th, 1975, the Lutz family moved in with their 3 children, Danny, Chris, and Missy, and their dog Harry. From day one, something felt off. The air was heavy. Rooms were colder than they should be, even with the fireplace burning. George began to wake up at exactly 3:15 a.m. every single night. He'd wander through the house, unable to sleep, drawn to the boathouse by the water. He said he could feel eyes on him from the windows above. Kathy started having nightmares about the murders. She could see them vividly, each family member dying in the exact rooms they now slept in. She even claimed to see faces in the mirror, faces that weren't her own. One afternoon, their priest, Father Mancuso, came to bless the house. He sprinkled holy water in each room, whispering prayers under his breath. But when he reached the sewing room, once used by the DeFeo children, he froze. A deep, guttural voice filled the air, shouting, "Get out!" He stumbled back, pale and shaking. He never returned to the house again. George grew distant, angry, obsessed with the fireplace. He would sit for hours, staring into the flames, saying he felt connected to the house. He stopped shaving, stopped going to work. Even his voice began to change, deeper, slower, colder. The children's behavior changed too. Missy, their youngest, began talking to an imaginary friend named Jody, a pig-like creature with glowing red eyes. She said Jody could float and that she only appeared when it was dark. One night, Kathy found Missy staring out her bedroom window. When she asked what she was looking at, Missy simply said, "Jody wants to come in." When Kathy looked outside, she saw nothing. But as she turned to close the window, she caught a glimpse of two glowing red eyes staring back at her from the darkness. Over the next few weeks, things escalated. Black slime oozed from keyholes. Doors slammed by themselves. The front door would blow open in the middle of the night. George heard footsteps pacing above his bed, but no one was there. On the 28th night, they couldn't take it anymore. Screaming, crying, they grabbed their children, ran into the cold, and never looked back. They left everything behind: furniture, clothes, food on the counter. The next day, movers found the house empty, but ice cold, as if it hadn't been lived in for weeks. The Lutz family's story spread like wildfire. Within days, newspapers were calling it America's most haunted house. Television crews gathered outside. Books and movies followed. Skeptics said the Lutzes made it up for fame or money. Believers said the evil that began with the DeFeos never left. But the evidence was strange, too strange to ignore. Paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, famous for their later work on the Conjuring cases, visited the house in early 1976. They reported feeling an oppressive darkness. Lorraine claimed she sensed a malevolent presence and refused to enter the basement. Photographs taken that night revealed an image of a small boy peeking from a doorway, though no children were present. Other visitors said they felt sudden nausea, headaches, or an overwhelming urge to leave. Temperature drops of more than 20 degrees were recorded within minutes, and yet scientific teams found nothing definitive. For decades, the debate continued. Was the house truly cursed? Or had grief, trauma, and fear created an illusion so powerful that it became real? Ronald DeFeo Jr. remained in prison until his death in 2021. He changed his story many times, sometimes blaming his sister Dawn, sometimes claiming demonic possession. But one thing never changed. He always said he wasn't alone that night, that something made him do it. The Lutz family eventually moved across the country. They never returned to Amityville. Until her death, Kathy insisted everything they said was true. People can laugh, she said, but we lived it. We will never forget it. The house still stands today, remodeled, repainted, its address changed to keep away the curious. Families have lived there since, some saying it's peaceful, others refusing to comment. But locals say that on quiet nights, you can still see lights flickering in the windows, even when no one's home. And if you stand near the canal, just after 3 a.m. when the fog rolls in from the water, you might hear a whisper carried on the wind. Soft at first, then clearer. A voice from the darkness. Get out.